Good morning, everyone. This is Dr. Herbert Harris, and this is Success Mentorship Class number 387. Wow, number 387. And our message today is it's never too late to be great. I'm going to say that again. It's never too late to be great. And in the chat, reach in, make sure that you're hearing me. Just say, I can hear you. And those of you on Instagram and YouTube, just respond, make sure that you can hear me. All right. This topic is one that has really come up into my spirit 3 or 4 times. It keeps saying to me, talk about me, that so many of us have things that we want to be doing, have, and somewhere along the line, we have set them aside. And so we're going to talk about that today, because within each and every one of us, there's greatness, there's a mission, there's a purpose for which you were created, and it's your job, it's your destiny to live that purpose. I invite you all to visit our website, www.herbertharris.com. Get a copy of our book, The 12 Universal Laws of Success. And we still have our summer reading special that when you get a copy of the 12 Universal Laws of Success, when you get a group of them, you can get a free vacation. But I'll be talking about that in the chat. So before we get started, let us just take a deep breath and get ourselves centered, so that we can separate ourselves from the outside world and focus right now on the here and now. So let's close our outer eyes, open our inner eyes, take a deep breath and hold it. Let it out slowly. Take a deep breath and hold it. Let it out slowly. And in this space of peace and relaxation, I am at peace with myself. Let us affirm that together. I am at peace with myself. Now let's whisper it. And just let that peace sink in. Take a deep breath. Let it out slowly. And so it is. All right. Yeah, I love to begin with a quote. And one of the quotes that has always stuck with me, and it's from George Eliot. And she said, it's never too late to be what you might have been. It's never too late to be what you might have been. You know, that's a powerful thought, because so many times, you know, we look at our lives and we think, oh man, if I'd started sooner, you know, that are my best days behind me. Maybe I've missed out on something. It's really it's a scary thought, because it makes you doubt yourself. It makes you undermine yourself. It makes you say, man, I sure wish I had done other things. I like to call it woulda, shoulda, coulda. Sometimes we even feel like we missed the boat. But the message today is this: it's never too late to be great. Now, I used to do a talk for many years. I've done it. And it was this. It said, it's never too late to make a new start. And that talk really resonated. People seem to say, yeah, I can identify with that. I want to start over. I need to make a new start. But what I found is many times we get perpetual starters. People who say, I want to make a change in my life and I want to start over and I want to do something differently. I want to do something new. And that's all they do. They get started. I know that many of you know people in relationships. They go from, I call them serial relationship people. They go from one relationship to another to another. They'll get out of a relationship on a Monday, and by Wednesday, they're in love madly with another person. Like, my goodness, how does this happen? And so it occurred to me that it's not so much about starting. Starting is important, but finishing is the deal. So what I'm here to tell you today is that you have the power to be great. Whether you're 25, 55, 85, that you have the power to reinvent yourself. The second law of success says, be not conformed to this world, but be you transformed by the renewing of your mind. So whatever your state is, whatever your situation, whatever your circumstances, you don't have to stay there. You have the ability to change your life. And the message today is, it's not enough to just be able to change. It must be to change it to something better, change it to something that's aligned with your purpose. And that's often where we go astray. So I challenge you, if you keep doing what you've been doing, what you've always done, then why would you expect a change? Why would you expect a different result? Albert Einstein said, insanity is doing the same things over and over and expecting a different result. And so if we're talking about being great, that it's never too late to be great, then we have to really say to ourselves, well, hold on. I need to look at this more carefully, more deeply. Well, one thing I want us all to know is that greatness has no expiration date. That, we live in a culture that's youth obsessed. One of the companies I was involved with, we had the greatest market in the world, okay, which are baby boomers. Okay, this is like the largest buying market on the planet. Baby boomers have determined every buying trend in the country. But yet the company wanted to focus on, we need to get young people. We got to get young people involved, young people up, young. So the world is so centered on young CEOs. I think Kennedy became president in his 40s. Bill Clinton was in his 40s. And so this focus on youth, young athletes, young influences. But life tells a different story. There are so many people who don't find their stride until later in life. Look at Colonel Sanders. He didn't even start Kentucky Fried Chicken until he was 65 years old. Think about that now. At 65, a lot of people are deciding, where they want to end up, making down payments on life insurance policies. But Colonel Sanders started Kentucky Fried Chicken at 65. Grandma Moses, she didn't start painting until she was in her 70s. And even Nelson Mandela, he spent, 27 years in jail. And when he took over as president of South Africa, he was 75 years old. And bringing it even closer, one of my favorite movie stars is Samuel Jackson. Well, Samuel Jackson toiled in the acting area. He didn't get his break until he was 46 years old, finally in Pulp Fiction. And so what we're really saying is greatness is not about what you start or when you start. Greatness is about never quitting. You see, quitting is a mindset. Quitting is a thought, a feeling that it's over and there's nothing else that you can do. But I'll tell you this, even in scripture, Abraham and Sarah, now the birth of basically the father of Jacob, Esau, the interesting thing. Sarah was 90 when she had a child. Abraham was 100 when the child was born. And so spiritually, there's a thought that it's never too late to live your destiny, to do what you're supposed to do, to achieve the greatness that you were created for. Each of us is created for a purpose. And so you have to ask, well, why do people not achieve their greatness? Well, there are three lies, I think, that lock us down pretty tightly. I'm too old, it's too hard, and it's too late. Now, those three thoughts can create a mindset of mediocrity. Those three thoughts can steal your dreams. But you're never too old. You're seasoned. Think about this. Over these years, I was born in 1944. And so over these years, I've been able to gain wisdom, to learn life lessons and experiences that younger people still haven't had yet. And so I'm never too old. I'm just right. And so those of you who are listening today, you're never too old. You're right for the purpose. One of the spiritual principles says, I'm at the right place at the right time. So when you think about that and you say, well, listen, I'm too old. No, I'm perfect for the job. I'm perfect for the task because I have done everything possible to learn the lessons of life so that I can go forward and achieve my greatness. Sometimes people say, oh, it's too hard. At this point in life, I don't want to learn anything differently. I just want to be happy. It's too hard compared to what? Jim Rohn said, suffer the pain of discipline or the pain of regret. Nathan Whitley took it even further. He said, the pain of regret is far worse than the pain of discipline. So many people don't achieve their greatness simply because they don't have the discipline to hang in there, to keep doing what must be done, to go and be and do and have whatever they desire. And that whole idea about it's too late. I've had a couple of my classmates, I don't like particularly going to reunions because many of my contemporaries, well, number one, a lot of them are no longer on the planet in this level of consciousness. So I miss them. But many of my contemporaries have this, it's too late. I just want to sit tight. But think about this. By whose time are they counting? If you're still alive, then that means that God has given you the greatest gift of all, life. God has given you time. God has given you the present. Now, the ball is in your hands. What do you do with that? What you do with the time that God has given you determines your greatness. What you do with that time is how you honor God. When you mix in the parable of the talents. So there's some people that are alive right now. God has given them this opportunity to be alive and to do things, and they choose to do nothing. So it's like it's like the servant who buried the talent that the master had given them. And so when the master came back, he gave him back the same talent. Just to give you the complete story, the parable of the talents, it says that the master was leaving and to one servant, he gave 5 talents. Another servant, he gave 2 talents. Another servant, he gave 1. And he said to take these talents and work them and protect them and grow them until I come back. And the one with 5 talents produced 10. The master said, good job. The one with 2 talents had grown them to 4. Master said, good job. The one with one talent, though, he said, I know you're a tough man, a hard man, Master, so I buried it so I wouldn't lose it. And so the fact that we're alive right now, if we don't do something to pursue our greatness, it's like we're taking the talent that God has given us and burying it. And truly, when you bury it, as the scripture says, he took that talent away and rebuked him. Rebuke is, I guess the old term is slapped him. Okay. And so it's never too late to be great. Greatness doesn't happen by accident now. It's intentional. It's a choice. And there's keys, there's steps to help you get there. We're going to talk about these 6 steps. Step 1, you have to define what greatness means for you. You know, many times in life, you maybe have been living somebody else's expectations. Many times in life, you can get so caught up in survival that you never get into thrival. What would your life be like if money was no object and you knew you could not fail? What does greatness mean to you? What is that thing that you have not done, that you wanted to do inside, that you put off? It may be writing a book, starting a business, serving your community. The young man that's having the birthday party today wants to go into politics. He worked on one of the campaigns that I managed years ago. And he said he's ready now to retire. He's made enough money. And now he wants to go into politics. He wants to serve. Maybe that's you. Maybe it's about creating a legacy. You know, many of us have children and families, and you look at, I like to call them what do you call it? The trust fund families. And I've always wanted to know what it was like to never have to worry about money. Okay. That's been one of my driving factors I found in life, to live a life such that so that money is no object and you know you cannot fail. And what would you do then? So define what greatness means to you. Write it down. Write a clear vision. The spiritual principle, where there is no vision, the people perish. Maybe you are where you are right now because you have had no vision of where you really want to be. You know, the interesting thing about life is that life goes on whether we know where we're going or not. Life is often like a car that's always moving. Now, we can choose to direct it and steer the wheel, or we can sit back and go wherever the car takes us. But the point is that define what greatness means to you. What is your vision? And this is something that when you hear this lesson today, this may be that message to stop, back up a minute, pay attention. As they say, be still and know. What are you good at? What do you love doing? What's the impact that you would enjoy and love to make on the world? And as you define that greatness, make that decision now to pursue it. So define your greatness, what it means to you, and make a decision to pursue that vision that you were created for. We were not just created by circumstance, happenstance. We were created for a purpose. And so it is at this point in your life that no matter what it is, if you're not living that purpose, to stop and say, let me determine what that thing is that I'm supposed to do. And now that I see the vision, step 2, let me look at where I'm at right now. I know where I want to be. I know what I want to do. I'll tell you my vision. You know, I love writing and I love speaking. And so I want to live my life completely in the vein of writing and speaking. I have a few coaching clients and I take them sparingly, but I prefer to write and speak. And so that's my mission. And so anything that does not congruent with that does not uphold that, we need to put it aside. So determine what is your vision, what is your mission. That's step 2, to assess where you are. Be honest with yourself. What habits, what thoughts, what emotions, what relationships are holding you back? Sometimes it's you. I did a quote the other day and it says, get your butt out the way. Sometimes it's you who keeps saying, but I'm too old. But it's too late. But it's too hard. I recommend that you make 2 lists. One list, what do I need to stop doing? That's a powerful list. What do I need to stop doing? Stop wasting time. Stop doubting yourself. Stop procrastinating. Stop making excuses. Stop listening to the wrong people. Make a list of all the things you need to stop doing, because the life you live is based on the choices you make and the actions you take. So that list number 1, everything you need to stop doing. And now this is the important one. Make a list of the things you need to start doing. Start learning something new. Start networking with other people who seem to have a vision of congruent with what you want to be, do, and have. Start taking action now instead of putting off pursuing your dreams, pursuing your goals. That once you make this assessment, then step 3 is now prepare for the journey based on the assessment of where you are, your strengths, your weaknesses, what you want to stop doing and what you want to start doing. Prepare for the journey. What do you need to learn? Who do you need to get to know? You see, greatness requires growth. You don't go to greatness. You grow to greatness. Whatever situations in life you're going through right now, and I guarantee that many of us are having a Goliath situation where there's something facing us that's big and ugly and will take us out, that's threatening to take us out. Many of us are having a prodigal son experience where we're broke, where the stuff that we thought we could do, we couldn't do, and now everything that we've tried has failed. And so when you prepare for the journey, you look at that. As the prodigal son said, hey, in my father's house, there's food enough and more. I will arise and go to my father. And so as you prepare for the journey, look at the things you need to grow through to go to the vision that you now have defined for yourself as your greatness. Take a course, read a book, find a mentor. I get calls and people call, go to the website and they schedule a success consultation. And I love doing them because when I talk to people, and my whole goal is to help them see what it is that they want to be, do, and have, to help them see what's stopping them and to give some guidance on what may get them through what they're going through to get where they want to go. Step 4, set some small achievable goals. That many times when we make this shift from mediocrity to greatness, it scares us. There's sometimes we look in all the things that you feel you need to achieve your greatness, you do not have. Maybe you need more education. Maybe you need to know a whole different group of people. Maybe you need to relocate. You may be living in the wrong place. And so whatever this vision is that you have, break it down into small, doable steps. I love to live in 90-day cycles. You notice I do that a lot. What can I accomplish in the next 3 months that will move me closer to my vision? And then back that down to What can I accomplish this month to move me closer to my vision? Then back that down to what can I accomplish this week to move me closer to achieve my vision? Then back it down to what can I do today to move me closer to achieving my vision? And then work on today. Coming out to make this change from mediocrity to greatness is sometimes a lot like an Alcoholics Anonymous course. Many of us are addicted to failure, addicted to disappointment, so much so that we expect it and we wallow in it and we accept it. So when you're making this shift to greatness, you may have to treat it like a 12-step program. Say, let me just get through today. Let me take the steps today to keep me on the path to my greatness. What can I accomplish today that will move me closer to my greatness? Sometimes it's just to read a book. Sometimes it's just to go to meet somebody, to go to hear a talk. Sometimes it's to go down to the library and spend some time just being in the environment of people who are studying and students, that learning environment. But whatever it is, you set those daily goals, which takes us to step 5, which is take daily action. You see, Rome wasn't built in a day. Success is not created overnight, but failure isn't either. There are specific steps that you must take to get where you want to go. So take daily action that will lead you to your greatness. When you write down your daily action plan, let your focus be on achieving your greatness. Get away from that survival mentality. Get to that greatness mentality. Get away from that blame mentality. Get into that purpose mentality. And then once you do your daily actions, and you do them each and every day, step 6 is real simple. Rinse and repeat. Persist until it is done. A spiritual principle says, seek and you shall find, knocking it shall be opened, asking it shall be answered, but it doesn't say how long. But this principle says if you persist in taking action on achieving your dream, your greatness, you will be victorious. You will win. You will grow through the things necessary to go to where I want to go. Step 5 was take daily action. And step 5 is to take daily action, and step 6 is to persist until done. And so let me think about where we are right now. You say, okay, then I got this. How do I know I'm in the right place at the right time? Well, number 1, there's a spiritual principle again, and this is not a religious talk today. Just there's spiritual principles that when you can align yourself with those principles, it helps you resonate and get that extra power to do what you have to do. There's a principle that says that I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, from Philippians 4th chapter, 13th verse. And it simply says that all the things that you need to do, that you want to do, that you desire to do to realize your vision, you can accomplish. You can be successful at it. That failure is not an option, that only success. You just keep doing your daily activities and you will get there. To recognize that greatness is not about ego. I think one of the keys to realize when you start saying, what am I going to stop doing? And one of the things that we may have to stop doing is stop being so ego-driven. It's about what I think. It's about what I want. And look at how to be more of service. The greatest servant is the greatest person. So it's really about aligning yourself with the purpose for which you were created. And once you align yourself with that purpose, then age doesn't matter, because there's no time in the God mind. It's only purpose. Once you can align yourself with that source, it's like the prodigal son. The moment he decided to go back home to his father, it says the father rushed to bring the robes and the rings and all those symbols of abundance to him. So the moment you make that decision to go for greatness and align with your purpose, all this stuff comes to you. You'll be having success beyond your wildest imagination. So I say this: what dreams have you buried? What calling have you postponed? And what vision have you decided is too late to pursue? So the message today is to resurrect that dream, to dust it off where you are, to use what you have, and do what you can. Because when you act from where you are, using what you have, doing what you can, it's always enough. It's always enough. So let's recap our 6 steps. Number 1, define your greatness. That thing that you want to be, do, and have, that dream that you've set on the back burner for so long. 2, assess your life and be honest with yourself, knowing that you are where you are because of the decisions you've made and the actions you've taken. When you make different decisions and take different actions, you get different results. Number 3, prepare for the journey. The journey is all about growth. Your greatness is about growth. Prepare for the journey. Learn what you need to learn. Go where you need to go. Find the people you need to find. The more prepared you are, the quicker the journey. Number 4, start small. Achieve some small goals along the way. Those small goals are what give you the confidence to keep going. Number 5, take the daily action. When you have small goals and you take daily action to accomplish your daily goals, it builds your confidence and gets you closer and closer to where you want to go. And then finally, number 6, to persist until it is done. That nothing can undermine persistence. The Grand Canyon, a hole in the earth in the stone a mile deep, was created by the persistence of water flowing over rock. You may look at it one day and say, water can't cut rock, but over time, it can do it. So I challenge you, it's never too late to be great. That as long as you're breathing, you have the ultimate gift, which is the presence. As long as you're alive, then that means that God is not finished with you. That the Creator has a purpose for which you were created, and you still have work to do. As long as you can keep this mindset, where you say, as long as I'm breathing, I'm growing. As long as I'm growing, I'm going. And as long as I'm going, I will achieve my greatness. Then you can be what you want to be. Do what you want to do and have anything you desire, always knowing that the best is yet to come. So it is. Let's just take a deep breath for a moment. Let it out. Thank you so much for being with us today. Those of you on Instagram, thank you for being with us. Share this broadcast and make some comments. Those of you on YouTube, share the broadcast and make some comments. Those of you on our Zoom and the in the mastermind group, hold tight. I'd love to hear your comments, your thoughts, your feedback. Be sure to visit our website, www.herbertharris.com, and get a copy of the 12 Universal Laws of Success. Or so you can visit our special website to get the vacation package when you purchase many copies of the 12 Universal Laws of Success at www.theperfectgift.me. But whatever you do, always know that you can be what you want to be, do what you want to do, and have anything you desire, always knowing that the best is yet to come. And so it is.